Hi, it's John from Android Addicts, and today we're doing a speed comparison test between the Lenovo Legion phone on the left versus the Asus Rog Phone 3 here on the right. So we're going to start off with a boot test. Now both of these are running the Snapdragon 865 Plus processor. They both have 12 gigs of RAM and UFS 3.1 storage. So this is a win to the Asus Rog Phone 3 for the boot up, followed very closely by the Legion phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run down these apps and we'll just see how fast each phone opens the app, and after that we'll be testing the memory management to see how good it is on each phone, to see whether we can get back into an app in the same position where we left it, and then we'll be finishing off with some benchmark tests. Most of these apps are probably going to be too quick to call, but I will attempt to do it frame by frame and add a point on where I think is necessary. Okay, so I have the Rampage mode turned off on the Legion on the left here and the X mode turned off on the Asus ROG, so it should be a fair test. And the ROG 3 just about beats the Legion to the first screen here. So now we're just going to load into a game. These are both set to smooth and 90 FPS, just so you're aware. And again, the Asus ROG 3 just about loads in quicker than the Legion phone. Okay, next up is Fortnite. So the ROG 3 just about gets to the main menu quicker than the Legion, so we'll just load into a game and see how long that takes. Now this isn't a fair test really, so I'm not going to be awarding points on this one, because it depends which server you're connecting to, how many people it's waiting for, etc. So no points awarded here, it's just to see how long it takes to load up for each phone. Right then, so before we start the benchmarks, I'm just going to go back through the apps and we'll just see which are in memory still and which are not. So if an app is still in memory, the phone will get a point. If it's not, it obviously won't get a point. You'll notice the orientation of the screen here has gone to horizontal mode on the Legion. That doesn't really matter. It shouldn't affect whether an app is kept in memory or not. So funnily enough, the calculator, which is a very basic app, has gone from the memory in the Legion, but it's still there on the ROG, so that's a point to the ROG. Google Chrome, again, it's disappeared from memory on the Legion, but it's still there on the ROG. Camera, not going to award any points here because it doesn't matter about the camera. TikTok. Okay, so TikTok on the ROG has remembered its place, but it has been cleared from memory on the Legion. Google Photos, and again, the ROG has remembered where it was, whereas the Legion it's been cleared from memory. YouTube, another point to the ROG here for memory management. Photoshop Express, another point here to the ROG. It's really doing quite well here with its RAM management, I'd say. Play Store, it's remembered it on both phones, that's good. Spotify, it's definitely reloaded there on the Legion, but we have the same location here on the ROG. Reddit, still in the right place on the ROG, but it has reloaded on the Legion. Amazon Shopping, you could see that reload there on the Legion, sadly. ROG it was okay. Prime Video, oh, it didn't register my click there. I'm not going to award any points there, that's not a very fair test, so we'll ignore that one. Okay, now we'll go back through the games and see if they're still in RAM. So PUBG, yep, it looks like it's still there on both of them, that's great. And Fortnite, yep, still in the game on both of them. Okay, I've cleared the memory on both phones and now I'm going to run through some benchmarks and speed tests and we'll see how they get on. Starting with the AnTuTu benchmark. Again, I'm not going to turn on X mode just yet. Both these phones are going to be running as they are out of the box. So I'm going to run through the full test. You can skip through this. I've put time codes in the description, but if you do want to see the different tests that it goes through, you can sit and watch and just compare the frame rate and other bits and pieces if you so wish. If not, like I said, just skip forward a couple of minutes and it should be done. Okay, so there we have it. We have a winner with the Legion here with 628,366, followed by the ROG phone with still a great score of 612,489. So what I'm going to do now is turn on X mode on the ROG 3 and see if it improves the result. Note that you can't turn on Rampage mode unless you're in a game on the Legion, so I can't retest it with Rampage mode. So the current result, 612,489. I'm going to skip through this test and just go straight to the end. We'll see how it gets on. Okay, that's a bit of a different story now. We've got X mode activated on the ROG and we've gone up to 630,000 from 612,000, so that's a huge improvement. That means it's now beating the Legion phone. Like I said before, we can't turn on Rampage mode on the Legion unless we're in a game, so I can't retest it for the Legion. Right, I'm just going to go through a storage test now on both phones. And as I thought, the storage certainly feels slightly quicker on the Legion, and it has won this test. And it's a slight tad slow on the ROG Phone 3, not a huge amount, but just a tiny bit. So the read speed on the Lenovo is 1624 versus 1630. The sequential write speed is 724 on the Legion and 732 on the ROG. And the random access read is 254 compared to 264, and the random write speed is 262 versus 238. So basically, the ROG phone actually beats the Legion on the sequential read and write speeds, and even the random read speed. The only test it doesn't win on is the random write speed, which is a lot quicker on the Legion, which is why it gets the higher points here. So the overall result is a win to the Legion. Okay, the multi-touch test now. Now it did seem to glitch around a bit on the ROG phone. I'm not quite sure whether my fingers were a bit dry maybe, but I haven't noticed any problems at all when I'm using the phone. But you can see it sort of switches between finger 1 and 2 and 3 slightly. But yeah, I haven't noticed any issues personally. Okay, we're just going to run through the colour bar test here, give you an idea as to how the panels look. Just going to go through the Greyscale test quickly as well. So as we can see here, these are basically the two best phones in the world right now. So the ROG Phone 3 is the best phone compared to the Legion with X mode turned on. Without it turned on, the Legion does come first. So we're going to move on to the next test now, which is Geekbench 5. And we'll run the CPU benchmark first. In theory, these should be exactly the same because they're the same CPU. So it'll be interesting to see what the results are. Obviously they've got slightly different software, so it depends how they handle the CPU. So we'll just skip through this quickly. I'm running this at 1000% and we'll see what the results are in just a moment. Okay, so the single core score, interestingly, is slightly lower on the Legion compared to the ROG Phone 3, whereas the multi-core is actually higher on the Legion compared to the ROG. I'll just go through some of these tabs here so you can have a quick comparison to other phones. Okay, we're going to go through the compute benchmark now. Oh, I'll just start that again as it didn't start at the same time. Okay. Okay, the Geekbench has finished and we've got a score of 3493 on the Legion and a lovely score of 3648 on the ROG 3. You can see here the CPUs are clocked at the same speeds. Okay, the last test I'm going to do is a speedtest.net internet test. Now they're both connected to my 5 GHz Wi-Fi network. My download speed is around 60 to 70 megabits per second, so that should be the maximum that these phones can achieve. The Legion seems to be doing okay. It started with a bit of a burst up to around 60. It's dropped a tiny bit though. My upload speed is 20 megabits per second. I'll just make sure these are going to the same server, so I'm just going to go to the Manchester Vodafone UK server on the ROG here, just to try and make it as fair a test as possible. Okay, we'll see how the ROG gets on here. So again, like the Legion, we had a bit of a burst to around 62 megabits per second on the ROG, but it has now gone down to 48.3. So I'm going to do another couple of tests just to try and get a sort of median out of these. So still on the same server, run it on the Legion again. Wow, that's a great result for the Legion there. 67.7 down, 17.9 up. Not too worried about the upload speed, to be honest, but we'll see how the ROG 3 can come back against this. It's not looking too good at the moment. Yeah, it's certainly looking like the Wi-Fi card in the ROG isn't quite as good as the Legion here. I'll just do another test just to round things off now. So we've got 57.7 on the Legion. Last chance for the ROG here. Again, it seems to jump up, you know, to 60, 65, and just slowly decrease, which is a bit of a shame. It doesn't seem to be able to sustain a high transfer rate. So we can see from the results here, the Legion is definitely the winner in this section. So with Wi-Fi performance, it is definitely better than the ROG Phone 3. Okay, the final test, I'm going to do a fingerprint reader test. So I'm going to attempt to put my thumb down at the same time on both these phones. We'll just go through a few of these just so you can get an idea. Okay, there's next no difference there. It looks slightly slow on the ROG, but that's because there is a little animation when you get the screen unlocked to take you to the home screen, whereas on the Legion it just goes straight there. So basically, they're both the same. So there we have it, the final results. The Legion phone came in with 9 points and the ROG 3 scored a huge 20 points. So I guess the main question is, which phone would I personally recommend? Obviously the ROG 3 is a better all-rounder, especially with the X mode turned on. It absolutely smashed the Legion phone. But you've got to consider the price differences here. The ROG phone is a lot more expensive than the Legion, and to be honest, even though the scores look hugely different, when you consider what we've scored against app opening and those sort of things, does that really matter to you? Are you willing to wait a few milliseconds more for your app to open? I imagine most people probably are, and to save a couple of $100 or pounds, depending on where you buy this from, I think most people would be more than happy with the Legion itself. That being said, if you do want the ultimate in all areas, then the Rog Phone 3 is definitely the better all-rounder when it comes to performance. So for me, myself, to work out which one of these I would prefer, I would then have to go on to the camera test, which I have recorded the footage for. We've got some video samples and some photo samples to go through and compare, and then I'd be able to make a more informed decision. So be sure to subscribe to my channel to find out which has the best camera, and click the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave any comments or questions you have down below, and I'll do my best to answer them, and I will see you again in the next video.